I'm using Matt Binder's article that he published today to bully celebrities like Taylor Swift and share this MF pays for Twitter memes underneath them. That's what I'm going to do.
It's very few. Less than 5% of the old legacy verified checkmark accounts signed up for Twitter Blue.
Oh, I was like, I can't wait to see the math on this when Matt comes out. I was like, Binder's going to have the numbers. No matter what happens, I know Binder's going to have the numbers, and he's going to get out there, and he's going to be like, it's embarrassing. It's so much worse than you thought. It's so much sadder.
I do want. I'll drop some numbers here so you guys can see how embarrassing this is. But I want to shout out Travis Brown, this independent researcher who's been since the beginning of this year every week pulling the new data from Twitter to compile these lists of who's subscribed, who've unsubscribed. This guy's incredible. So shout out to Travis. So basically, less than 5%. I think as of today, it's like 4.7 something % of the old verified users have signed up for Twitter Blue. There was like 420,000 old verified people. So that's not that many. And you should also think about it, like the 420,000, like it's not like these aren't like the customers you should be fighting for. Like these are the hardcore Twitter users. Like any other sort of metric, like if you were if you like had like a store and were selling, like these would be the people who you knew would buy. But instead, he was only able to convert less than 5% of them. On top of that, there's around 600,000, a little bit more Twitter Blue subscribers in total right now. There's like 250 million Twitter users. And of that 600,000, half of those people have less than 1,000 followers. Now, I'm not knocking people who have, small Twitter accounts, but if you are paying for Twitter Blue and you have just a couple hundred, something like 8,000 people who subscribe to Twitter Blue have less than 100 followers. So, if you have an account and you're just tweeting and that's what you got because you don't care, that's fine. But if you care about that sort of thing, you care about the clout, and you have that many followers, it shows that you're probably just a low quality account. It's very easy to build followers on Twitter. It's probably the easiest platform there is. And I say that as someone who's on every platform. And I'm not saying I'm something special on Twitter. Twitter's the easiest. That's why I have more followers on Twitter than anywhere else in terms of building a following. So if you really care about that stuff, and you haven't been able to get just a couple hundred followers, then your quality, you're just not good at it. You're not a good poster.
Get good.
Twitter is much harder to build a platform.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do? This it's pretty clear. I gotta get into I guess we could call the designated driver's seat and just steer this ship for the next 2 hours.
I'm not high at all. I'm just watching a hockey game, but no, I'm in this chat. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did not partake in the festivities today either. So
same.
I will be later, or actually probably after. And you know what? Here's a guarantee. I will once this game's over around 10 o'clock. Then yes,
I guess it's just
I will. I was gonna say though, there's no. How much longer is Twitter gonna last now? Because it can't really be taken seriously.
Right.
At this point, you don't know who's actually who. I mean, you do, but you have to go through their accounts, see how many followers they have, see if they're a real person. It's just.
I was so confused today.
And are there going to be new lawsuits now, like there was initially that created the reason for verification?
Did you see that? Did you see that some celebrities obviously paid? I wrote about it today. Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, Cardi B. I guess they think it's important to be verified.
Oh, Cardi's doing it.
No, they're teams, dude. You gotta remember that they're gonna have handlers. I would say
there's a team for people who are
maybe some of these people, but some of them use their Twitter account a lot. Okay, so the surprises today were LeBron James, William Shatner, and Stephen King were all Twitter Blue verified.
Oh yeah, but Stephen King
and those malice.
I'm gonna it as a weapon. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I forgot to get into it.
Excited here, Matt.
So people were shocked because those three people all called Elon Musk out. First of all, Stephen King was adamant about not paying for it for the longest. Since November, he's been criticizing it. LeBron last month literally came out and said, I'm not paying for that shit. And then William Shatner was criticizing the idea of him having to pay for a check mark. Well, last night, William Shatner, out of the blue, not replying to any Elon Musk tweet whatsoever, just at Elon Musk's Twitter account and says, thank you, sir, I accept. And it turns out it looks like Elon Musk offered to pay for his Twitter Blue account. So fine, whatever. But then it turns out that
afford the money.
Well, I don't think. I think for some of these, especially these really big and older celebrities, it's like the respect of the matter. Like they would have to pay after all they've done. They'd have to pay. But LeBron apparently, and this was reported by The Verge. They reached out to LeBron or LeBron's team or whatever, and they said that Twitter reached out to LeBron to offer the checkmark for free. And LeBron turned it down, which respect, man, respect. But then Twitter affixed the Twitter blue checkmark to him anyway. And then Stephen King, people noticed on his account, and so he had to come out and say, I didn't pay for Twitter Blue. I didn't give Twitter my phone number. Because the new description of Twitter, the Twitter Blue checkmark says this user paid for Twitter Blue and verified their phone number. And so Elon Musk comes out and says, I paid for a few accounts. And then he replied to Stephen King, you're welcome, namaste, or something like that. I mean, listen, if you're going to troll someone with buying them something, like, you know, like people like buy like those like boxes that like look like, you know, that like Amazon boxes, and you ship it to someone and they open it up and it's like a glitter bomb or whatever, like to prank someone. You don't do that with a product that like you actually want people to want. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't go like I'm going to fucking I'm going to troll these people.
Matt, did you look at the replies to Stephen King's tweet? Like the replies are a whole bunch of blue check marks making fun of each other, being like, "Motherfucker, pay for Twitter." Blah blah blah. I get to drop the motherfucker paid for Twitter thing. Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, you all know then. You know how sad this all is, right? I assume. I mean,
right.
There's just no point for anyone who's a celebrity to pay for it because it doesn't. Because anybody could buy the check mark and say that they're them. You know what I mean? Like there's no. Mm-hmm. Like someone else, like, there could be two Stephen Kings with both with check marks because one person's a fake one, one's a real one, and they're both they're both being paid for. So there's no like the fact that he removed all these verification badges completely removes the whole desire to have one. There's no reason for anyone to have it.
I want to point out too, like I want to make it clear, like I'm not even like personally salty. Like if he wanted to like change the parameters and he decided that I. And people of my stature on the platform weren't worthy of the check mark. I mean, that's fine. I think the idea of making everyone pay for it is ridiculous, though, because there are people on these platforms who need it. I mean, the fucking government emergency service accounts should, without a doubt, have these check marks to let people know this is the actual government account. I don't think I could do this show at you guys today.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a conversation here. Apparently, I live in a haunted house now or something. I don't know what's going on over there.
That's so fair. That's doing so good.
Did your power go out? What happened over there?
No, my light was just too bright.
Wait, you've got to walk it through in chronological order, okay?
Mike,
Lance said Stephen Queen.
Never happens. Never happens.
Lance said Stephen Queen, and then somebody noted that in the chat, and then Ole turned off the lights because the sun was too bright.
I did say Stephen Queen. That's so true. That's a fair call out. It's a fair call out. All right. We're
okay.
This is one of the reasons why I'm straight edge too. By the way, I was in a band with some people who'd get high all the time, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah. Those like day high people where they're just like they wake up, they start getting high.
High 24/7. Yeah.
It works.
Why are you taking all these shots at me? Why? Hold on, wait. I was like, wait. Every direction. Okay, I'm doing my best.
Because it was funny because you like slowly but surely, like the light from your computer screen became more blinding, and you were just like, turns it off.
This is so much. This is just so much better now. Oh my God. Yeah, I like it here. I'll be here. I like this lighting. This is working for me. Y'all can see me.
I'm completely sober, by the way, so I have no excuse to be like hysterically
on
The vibes.
Yeah. It's a contact high, right?
Yeah.